The Young and the Restless Spoilers breaking news: a hero's sacrifice. Mariah's dangerous gamble. The weight of fear and urgency bears heavily on Mariah Copeland as she pieces together the sinister puzzle surrounding the abduction of Tessa Porter and Sharon Newman. It doesn't take her long to identify the mastermind behind the ordeal, Ian Ward, a man infamous for his manipulative and dangerous tendencies. For Mariah, this isn't just a calculated deduction, it's deeply personal. Ian's obsession with her has been a dark shadow over her life, and now, it's threatening the people she loves most. Mariah knows there's only one way to save Tessa and Sharon: she must confront Ian and offer herself in exchange for their freedom. It's a bold, selfless plan, and one that could place her in even greater peril. But Mariah is willing to risk everything to protect those she holds dear. Mariah's decision: a call to Ian Ward. As the hours drag on with no sign of Tessa and Sharon's rescue, Mariah takes matters into her own hands. She picks up her phone, her hands trembling as she dials the number she never thought she'd use. The call connects, and Ian's voice, smooth and calculating, fills the line. Well, Mariah. To what do I owe the pleasure? Ian's tone is laced with a mixture of amusement and menace, as though he's been expecting her call all along. Mariah doesn't waste time. You want me, Ian? Let them go, and I'll take their place. There's a pause, and then Ian chuckles, a low, chilling sound that sends a shiver down her spine. You always were the clever one. All right, Mariah. I accept your offer. Bring yourself to me, and Tessa and Sharon will walk free. Mariah exhales sharply, relief mixed with dread. She knows Ian isn't lying. He doesn't need Tessa and Sharon if he can have her. But the thought of willingly placing herself in his grasp is almost unbearable. Ian Ward's twisted motivation. Ian Ward's obsession with Mariah is rooted in his deranged belief system. As the leader of a cult-like group, Ian has long sought to use Mariah as a centerpiece for his rituals and schemes. To him, she represents a key to his twisted vision of power and control. By luring Mariah into his clutches, Ian feels one step closer to fulfilling his goals. For Ian, Tessa and Sharon were simply tools, a means to draw Mariah out of hiding. With Mariah's offer, his plan has come full circle. He wastes no time in agreeing to her terms, smug in the knowledge that he's achieved his objective. Jordan's growing frustration. While Ian basks in his perceived victory, his ally Jordan reaches a breaking point. She's already furious with Ian for his unilateral decision-making and his increasingly reckless behavior. The latest move, to release Tessa and Sharon in exchange for Mariah, only deepens her resentment. This isn't what we agreed on. Jordan snaps, confronting Ian in their hideout. You're making decisions without consulting me. Do you even care what happens to the rest of us? Ian dismisses her anger with a wave of his hand. Jordan, you worry too much. This is bigger than you or me. Mariah is the key, she always has been. The others were expendable. Jordan's frustration boils over. You're going to get us all killed with your arrogance. You think you're invincible, but you're just dragging us down with you. Ian's eyes narrow, his tone darkening. If you can't see the vision, Jordan, perhaps you don't belong here. The implicit threat is clear, and Jordan storms off, seething but unable to break free from Ian's grip, for now. Mariah's journey into danger. True to her word, Mariah prepares herself for the meeting with Ian. She packs lightly, knowing that once she's in his grasp, there's no telling when, or if, she'll return. Before leaving, she pens letters to her loved ones, each word a mixture of love, apology, and hope that they'll understand her decision. As Mariah makes her way to the designated meeting point, her mind races with possibilities. She knows Ian won't harm her, not physically, at least. His fixation on her is too great. But she also knows that his mind games and manipulations are just as dangerous. She steels herself, determined to resist whatever he has planned. The meeting takes place in a secluded area, far from prying eyes. Mariah approaches cautiously, her heart pounding as she sees Ian standing beside a vehicle. Tessa and Sharon are inside, their faces pale but alive. Ian greets Mariah with a twisted smile. "You've made the right choice, my dear. A wise decision." Mariah glares at him, her voice steady despite her fear. "Release them first." That was the deal. Ian nods, gesturing for Jordan, reluctantly following his orders, to open the car door. Tessa and Sharon stumble out, their eyes widening as they see Mariah. "No, Mariah, don't do this." Sharon pleads, but Mariah shakes her head. "It's okay," she whispers. "Just go. Be safe." As Tessa and Sharon are led away, Mariah steps closer to Ian, her defiance shining through her fear. "You have me now, Ian. Let's get this over with." The aftermath, a brewing storm. While Tessa and Sharon are freed, the situation is far from resolved. Ian now has Mariah in his clutches, and his plans for her remain shrouded in mystery. His obsession with her, coupled with his unpredictable nature, makes the future dangerously uncertain. Meanwhile, Jordan's dissatisfaction continues to grow. Her anger at Ian's recklessness simmers beneath the surface, threatening to boil over. She begins to quietly consider her options, whether to confront Ian directly or seek a way out of his schemes altogether. Back in Genoa City, the news of Mariah's sacrifice sends shockwaves through her friends and family. Determined to rescue her, they rally together, vowing to stop at nothing to bring her home. The stage is set for a dramatic showdown, where loyalty, courage, and determination will be tested in the fight against Ian Ward's dark influence. The tides of battle. Mariah's sacrifice is both heartbreaking and heroic, a testament to her love and bravery. But the battle is far from over. With Ian Ward's grip tightening and tensions within his ranks threatening to explode, the stakes have never been higher. As Genoa City braces for what comes next, one thing is certain: Mariah's courage has set in motion a chain of events that will change everything. Mariah's dilemma, the depth of Ian Ward's evil. As Mariah Copeland sits in the cold, suffocating confines of Ian Ward's hidden lair, her mind churns with uncertainty and dread. Her plan to exchange herself for Tessa Porter and Sharon Newman was born out of desperation, a selfless act to protect the ones she loves. Yet, the more time she spends in Ian's twisted company, the more she realizes that her sacrifice may not be enough to stop the nightmare unfolding in Genoa City. Ian's ambitions go far beyond her, and the darkness he harbors is more terrifying than she ever imagined. Ian Ward's true intentions. Mariah had hoped, naively perhaps, that her disappearance alongside Ian might mark the end of his reign of terror. But Ian is far from satisfied. His hatred for Genoa City and its most influential figures, Victor Newman and Nikki Newman, burns brighter than ever. "They took everything from me," Ian growls during one of his unhinged rants, pacing the room like a predator. "Victor humiliated me, and Nikki betrayed me. They need to pay, Mariah. And I will collect my payment in blood." Mariah's heart sinks as Ian outlines his deranged plan. He doesn't just want revenge, he wants to destroy the very fabric of Genoa City, starting with its most prominent power couple. His obsession with control and vengeance has consumed him entirely, leaving no room for reason or restraint. Jordan, a figure of uncertainty. As Mariah observes Ian's erratic behavior, she also begins to notice the growing tension between him and Jordan. The woman, who once seemed like his loyal accomplice, now appears conflicted, her unease evident in the tightness of her jaw and the flicker of doubt in her eyes. Mariah can't help but feel a pang of sympathy for Jordan, even as she recognizes the danger she poses. Jordan is clearly in over her head, swept up in Ian's grandiose schemes, but increasingly uncomfortable with his escalating madness. Yet, her presence is a constant reminder that Ian is not acting alone. What's worse, Mariah's instincts tell her that Jordan may be more involved in the tragedies that have plagued Genoa City than she's letting on. The murder of Heather, the chaos surrounding Tessa and Sharon's abduction, could Jordan and Ian be the masterminds behind it all? The thought chills Mariah to the core. A sinister revelation. Mariah's suspicions grow when she overhears a heated argument between Ian and Jordan. Their voices echo through the lair, sharp and cutting like blades. "You're going too far, Ian." Jordan snaps, her frustration boiling over. "We've already done enough. Heather's dead, the town is in chaos, and now you want to go after Victor and Nikki? What's the end game here?" Ian smirks, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to Jordan's anger. "The endgame, my dear, is simple: domination. Genoa City needs to learn what happens when they cross me. And Heather? She was a necessary casualty, a reminder that no one is untouchable." The confirmation hits Mariah like a thunderbolt. Ian and Jordan were behind Heather's death, and now they're plotting something even more catastrophic. The weight of this revelation is almost too much to bear, but Mariah knows she can't let her fears show. She has to remain composed if she's going to find a way to stop them. Mariah's growing resolve despite the danger she's in, Mariah's mind begins to sharpen with determination. She realizes that Ian's fixation on her is both a curse and an opportunity. If she can keep his attention on her, she might be able to buy enough time for help to arrive, or, better yet, for her to escape and warn Victor and Nikki about the impending threat. But the stakes are higher than ever. Ian's meticulous planning and Jordan's wavering loyalty create a volatile situation, one that could explode at any moment. Mariah knows she's walking a fine line, but she refuses to give up. She can't let Ian's darkness consume Genoa City, no matter the cost. The shadows of Heather's murder. The revelation about Heather's death casts a long shadow over everything. Mariah begins to piece together the timeline, replaying every interaction she's had with Ian and Jordan. The details click into place: the sudden disappearance of evidence, the calculated misdirection, and now the chilling confession. Heather wasn't just a random victim, she was a message. A warning to anyone who dared stand against Ian and his twisted ambitions. Mariah shudders at the thought of how far Ian is willing to go to achieve his goals. But she also sees a glimmer of hope: Ian's arrogance is his greatest weakness. If she can exploit it, she might be able to turn the tables on him. A dangerous plan. Mariah begins to formulate a plan, one that hinges on her ability to outwit Ian and sow further discord between him and Jordan. She knows it's risky, one wrong move could seal her fate, but she's willing to take that chance. Genoa City is counting on her, and she refuses to let Ian win. Her first step is to plant seeds of doubt in Jordan's mind. During a rare moment alone, Mariah approaches her cautiously, her voice low and steady. "You don't have to do this, Jordan," she says. "Ian doesn't care about you, he only cares about himself. You've seen it. You know it's true." Jordan hesitates, her eyes darting nervously. "I don't have a choice," she mutters. "He'll kill me if I betray him." Mariah leans in, her voice urgent. "There's always a choice. Help me stop him before it's too late. You can save yourself and everyone else." The battle ahead. Mariah's words linger in Jordan's mind, but whether they're enough to sway her remains uncertain. Meanwhile, Ian continues to plot his next move, his confidence unshaken. The battle for Genoa City is far from over, and the lines between friend and foe are becoming increasingly blurred. For Mariah, the road ahead is fraught with danger, but her resolve is unbreakable. She knows that the fight against Ian Ward isn't just about survival, it's about justice, redemption, and protecting the people she loves. As the storm clouds gather, Mariah prepares herself for the ultimate confrontation, knowing that the fate of Genoa City rests in her hands.